Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a terrific Tuesday night here at the Wrestling for Life Network. Welcome, welcome, welcome as we jump into WWE NXT tonight. We're getting ready for Deadline. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into. So hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Hashtag Road to 6K is still on. We're that close, folks. But it's going to be a fun one tonight. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is WWE NXT, and we are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. Coming off Monday night, we're in a Tuesday. We got a busy week, full gear week, if you will, as we'll find out what that pay-per-view has for us this weekend. But so much coming your way. We thank you for being here. And remember, click all those buttons. Don't forget the reaction buttons. Those little hearts and 100s and thumbs up, they all help, folks. We appreciate it. But me and that pretty face have you for the next couple hours, and we'll dive into all of it here tonight. But I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, not Mr. Every KJ, Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Number KJ in your hearts, but white in your playbooks and everything, folks. Mr. KJ White, 100%. Normally it's me that fumbles on it, but less. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick. Now I had to make sure that I made it perfectly through mine and everything, as I now just messed up, of course. So come see, come saw, my guy. But could we be at the end of the road when it comes to Chase U and everything?
If there's a will, there's a way, my guy. I've been hoping for the end of Chase U for quite a while. Tonight should be interesting. Our number one contendership for Trick's title. Will it be Ridge? Will it be Chase? Feels like Ridge is the front runner in this one, and I still have my eye on Duke and what Duke could be up to. So this one's interesting, but if there was ever a group that could probably move on, this might be the one.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking of. I'm fully in agreement with you. I think we've kind of ran its course. It's ran its course a few times now. Of even I, a staunch Chase U supporter at times, it's kind of run its course. It's run its time and everything. And Duke's a guy that this might sound rude, but to me is salvageable out of this group, because I don't know what like Andre Chase's gimmick is outside of Chase U. Right. I don't know how much Thea Hale Spastic Squirrel works outside of Chase U. Duke can work no matter what. Duke already pivoted from a terrible gimmick being a poker player and everything. Right. And him and Ridge as a team, as a duo, kind of works and could almost pull vault back to the main roster. Say if Wade Barrett comes back, you put those two with Wade. They go after Drew.
Not bad. I mean, again, and the argument, part of what you said, everything that you said is true, but part that stood out to me is, could they survive past Chase U? But I think Thea, Duke, they're not really doing much in Chase U anymore. Like, they had their moments. They were tag champs once upon a time, but Thea Hale's not even being talked about. We talk about all the women that we see every week. Other than her acting spastic in the back, we don't really see much from her. Duke hasn't done much outside of that. The other kid, Miles or whatever, he hasn't done much. Like, maybe they all need to flock off, if you will. And I said flock.
Yeah, you can flock off too, YouTube. But when we do a trade, we'll take W. Morrissey and Brian Keith, and they can take Thea Hale and Andre Chase, and they can go to the other side's university. They can go to the university on the other side of town of Learning Tree U.
Mm-hmm. You're not you're not wrong. His name is Riley. Yeah, we always Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne, son of the Green Goblin. But I always call him Miles Bourne. Are they not the same person? What is happening?
That's the thing is, again, some of the names in NXT feel like name generator. Like even right tonight, we're getting Zaria again, auto-generated, chat GPT names. Yes, Zoltan. Taking on Wren Sinclair, formerly Matty Rinkowski. So again, it's all of these names feel a little bit at times of just chat GPT came up with blank.
Yeah, like please give me generic white name. Ding. All right. Survey says.
Show me potato salad.
Right. So again, a lot of interesting things going on. Stephanie versus Jakara tonight will be very interesting. They've had some issues. Plus, I believe it's a qualifier. Zaria in a qualifier. Wren Sinclair, sorry. You're wonderful, but kiss your ass goodbye, sweetheart. This one's going to be all Zaria. But, I mean, it will be an interesting night. They are getting ready for Deadline. I know one of the news items today is the fact that they have announced when they're going to be doing Fight for the Fallen and something else they just announced in AEW, and it's skipping my brain.
They announced their winner lineup and everything.
Oh, winner, yeah.
Big talks about like winner is coming and everything like that too.
Yeah.
And real quick, I'm gonna say this before we get to the chat and everything because we got about 7 minutes here. Oh, not that one. MDB is saying, I mean, everyone can have the original name of Big Nick. I was birthed on this channel with that name, sir. You can thank Mr. Every Night Delight, the Iron Man of YouTube, KJ White, for calling me Big Nick the first time I was on this stream. So I was gifted it. I didn't choose it. I inherited it.
I get blamed for a lot of things. I'll take blame for that one. What's up, Play? What's up, Play Lewis? How you doing? What is going on? I'm glad you'll be watching NXT tonight. Kadarius, welcome back. Roman, can't wait for the start of the show. As Nick mentioned, we're about 7 minutes away. But Eric Isaac back with us. Good to see you. Robert Devine. Tuesday night knee pads on the patrol. MDB, always a pleasure, sir. Hopefully you're doing well. Kevin's with us. Cherokee George is with us. Looks, Chase you just keeps enrolling along. I see what you did there. Just continue. All right. Let's see. Damien, welcome back. See Money, welcome back. Also, no, never mind. I had a joke there, but I'm gonna let it go. There you go. Some love for the chat. Love seeing that. Wrestling Proud, new song. Ours? No, same.
Fair enough. Like he said that, and I'm like, I'm so used to hearing our intro and everything that I knew it could be a new song. I wouldn't notice.
Right? Not yet, folks. Maybe in the new year. Welcome back, See Money, as always. Rocco, good to see ya. Dun dun dun. Wrestling Proud, welcome back. Unbroken, welcome back. Paul, how you doing? Hopefully you're in a better mood. MDB giving some love to the chat. That's my fave. Dale, the OG. What I read when Raw goes to Netflix on January 6, 2025, TV rating will be TV 14A. We did talk about that a little bit last night of the idea of maybe we get a little more blood, a little more hardcore, if you will. We'll see.
Yeah, but hasn't Monday Night Raw at least been TV 14 for quite a while?
I feel like
the interesting thing was SmackDown being TV MA.
Right. Going all out.
Yeah, that's more of the show of that. Well, now I've even seen it come out and everything that Cody and Roman aren't leaving SmackDown, according to I think it was Mike Johnson from PWI and sort of that. I know there's the talk that Netflix wants them and everything, but no, they're still going to try and make SmackDown a stronghold just as much as Raw is.
Yes, I think that's one of their fears is everyone talking about Raw, Netflix. You got to keep SmackDown relevant at the same time. So we'll see what they do there.
Right.
What's up, J1? Yes, Scott Demore. You and I kind of touched on this last week a little bit, Nick. We feel like Scotty would be an asset pretty much anywhere he goes. I mean, if he was somehow involved with the developmental in WWE, I think that'd be outstanding. Maybe he's just there scouting some people for Maple Leaf Pro. Who knows?
He has WWE ID written all over it. I feel 100% of. I know because even the one wrestling leader, or whatever, the Northeast representation from WWE ID, that's in New Hampshire and everything. We interviewed Mike Hollow that does it and everything. I know, like Gabe Sapolsky's going around and doing a lot of meeting type things and everything around all of these. So maybe that's Scott's position in Canada.
Maybe. I mean, and more ID talent keeps popping up. So we'll see if there's see if they end up in on NXT anytime soon. But Kevin, good to see you. Unbroken, welcome back. Ridge is revoking his Chase U. Yeah, 100%. Kayla, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I mean, everyone got that one.
Right.
Zaria and Masha Slamovich would make a great tag team partners or opponents.
Or both. Yes, 100%. They're a little Spider-Man meme, I feel. A slight bit of almost like, I am you, right. You are me.
Yeah. Wrestling Proud says, hello, Kayla. Punk took the spotlight last year over Rollins, and 1 year later, Punk does the same thing, builds their Mania feud. Possibly.
Well, I want to touch on this, and I will bring this up real quick as I saw Spaz with a super chat and everything, but I know we're close to the start of the show. Have you heard the theory? I know we talked very much last night about like the Shield line, and it's got to be Seth versus Bronson now as the fifth members and everything.
Yeah.
There's the outside theory that Punk's the fifth member. He's the one that brings back Heyman because remember, Heyman's like, take me with you when Solo was berating him and everything like that. And maybe that spins off into Punk Rollins post this. The only caveat I have with this is I don't want Punk in a War Games match. We saw it was a great Hell in a Cell, but Punk's up there in age now and everything. So I'd rather keep him going and not have to worry about the risk of injury of him in a War Games match of this.
Yeah, I still feel like the writing's on the wall with this one. It's just fun to theorize, but I do think Seth Rollins now makes the most sense. So we'll see. Look for a pitchfork. AD and AZ, how you doing? Welcome. Spaz, thank you so much. Going big, $20. So he got all the words in tonight. Every K night, jiggity D light. I already had a hard enough time saying my name tonight. Never mind with all that. Nicola Grande, related to Ariana?
I mean, I might have a cameo in Wicked. We don't know. We'll never see. I won't watch it to know.
I don't even know about this one. And sweet, buttery Tony Onion Rings.
Tony Rings has become like the new kind of unofficial nickname outside of the chapeau that runs the show for Anthony, I feel.
What is your reaction to a 3 shows having 3 different ratings on Netflix, SmackDown, Raw, and then NXT, AEW pay-per-views, 3 for 1 in 2025? There's a lot to unpack there, Spaz. The ratings, I don't care. I mean, they're kind of going to do status quo. TV PG didn't help anybody. NXT, I understand why it might be a little more PG-ish, but they seem to push the line enough.
We got a whole lot of time between now and January. How much of this stuff's going to change? How much has the already quote unquote leaked Monday Night Raw logo going to change between now and January and everything like that? Christ, we had the leaked SmackDown logo when they went to the USA and it changed within the day.
Yeah, we've literally we do this where people put out their own, and same thing with Raw. Like I didn't change Raw's last night because I'm like, we'll wait and see. Fuck this shit. So same thing with SmackDown. We went through a couple renditions, but Stoner Jesus, may the blunt be with you. Welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. CM Punk, Unbroken. No, you're not CM Punk. You're Damien. But Kayla saying Punk on commentary with Michael Cole at Survivor Series War Game. Be perfect. Has Booker T type personality. I mean, you could maybe. We haven't heard much or seen much of Punk since he said, "I'll be back later." So it'd be very interesting.
Right. Well, there's a quote that he had earlier that we can talk about. Is I've got now.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm right behind you.
Pause. Don't come on my back. I'm stopping at forever.
You stopped at forever?
Yes.
All right. I got then.
All righty. So, folks, if you want to sync up with us, 100%, that's what we're doing right now. Drum roll, please.
Forever.
There we go.
All right, folks. Nick and I are syncing up and ready to go. If you want to do the same, by all means, do the same. But we are rolling, and it's going to be a fun one here
together.
Big W.
Yes, we're in Simpatico.
We get a sky view. Orlando, Florida. For the 60 in attendance and the thousands watching in the future, let's get ready to smoke that blunt. that trailed off quick.
Hey, smoke them if you got them. Pass the vitamins around 100%, folks. You're not healthy unless you're taking your vitamins. So absolutely.
But I worry less about gimmick. Mr. Noob, welcome back, by the way. Gimmick matches with injuries than regular matches. That's why you see the older wrestlers do them, like Stone Cold, even Randy recently. Again, I mean, there is a way to hide CM Punk in a, but I don't see it. But if you wanted to, there's a way to hide it.
War Games is not a walk and brawl. I know he's talking about like the walk and brawl matches of like the street fights and everything. That's where you can hide Dwayne. That's the stuff, a no DQ match. You can't do that in the confines of a War Games.
You can, though. Like, you remember what they did in Chamber with Randy, right? Like, remember everyone was like, Randy really hurt his back because he was like just laying in the corner for like 8 minutes. Like,
right?
Like, there are ways. Is it ideal? No. Let's get Seth makes the most sense as we get the tag champs. Nathan Frazer pissed off his partner by going solo on this one.
What is it lately with just tag teams, I think, across the board of teasing tension and then never delivering? What is the Blue Balls tag division of wrestling right now?
Ooh.
Gallus, I've been wondering when's the last time we've seen them.
They made a brief little cameo during the chaos last week, but it's nice to see them back in the fold. I mean, I feel like they're a little underutilized.
Right.
What's up, Boston? What's up, Brandon? MDP Axiom. Great.
As we're kicking it off with Nathan Frazer.
It could set up a few months of rivalry between Punk and Seth if Punk did hijack Seth's spot. They never said it was official yet. I figured Friday might be that moment. So I'd be surprised if they do it.
It makes all the sense for them to go with Seth. It's a really nice, like, if I can make a story, it's a really nice version of that, I think, with Punk. Because I don't think that there's a ton you would really need to force around or move around to make a Punk Seth story work no matter what.
Right. There's Hank and Tanker in the crowd.
And then OTM watching in the obligatory balcony.
And Eddy Thorpe, who we haven't seen much of, will go one-on-one and be successful, I do believe, in this one.
Yeah, so you're taking Eddy. So this is a deadline qualifier. So far for the men's, we've had Wesley and Javon Evans. So
yeah.
Could they just make it super high flyer and Nathan Frazer?
I think they could, but I think somehow this match is going to be determined. We saw what they did last week where they cranked the volume on the tag team division. I feel like the tag teams are going to fuck up the singles match.
Yeah, it's hard to have, one half your tag team champions going after like a singles title kind of match and everything, because then you kind of log jam the tag titles. So makes sense. Yeah, as we got Tony and Stacks.
Was it Crucifino and Stacks?
I don't know. I can say this. All us Pisons look alike.
But folks, get your votes in. First match. They're wasting no time tonight as we are kicking off with Nathan Frazer taking on Eddy. And who do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with you with Eddy Thorpe on this one. The more you talk about it, as there's by the way, just noticing the crowd, there is a large Chase U cheering section.
Holy shit. It is very red in there tonight. Did they give?
Am I weird? I always liked like the alt versions of jerseys and stuff like that. So I'm much more of like the black and red shirt. Wolfpack is back, cause mess.
Right. Nice start to this one.
Right.
But yeah, were they handing out T-shirts on the way in?
This is the last time I'm going to be able to wear these fuckers. Might as well put them on now.
That'd be crazy. What's up, John? How you doing? Hey, KJ and Big Nick, when do you think we see Becky come back if she does? People are saying around the new year, around Netflix, around Rumble. I could see it holding out till then.
January 6th, and it'll buffer right as we get, whoa! You get, whoa! Buffering, and then you have to go back out of the app and then back into the web page. Yeah. Frazer with a big kind of slingshot knee.
Well, I mean, he hit the ropes hard. Nice drop kick into the arm drag. It's going to be Brock Lesnar. The Brock is a terrible idea.
20-1 odds on Brock Lesnar. Fifth member. He just shows up and just beats everybody by himself.
Right. Seth Rollins will not be Roman's partner. It's 100% going to be Punk. Nothing's 100%, my guy.
You would like to bet on Damien? I'll take that bet.
I'm 100%. I'm honestly surprised this is opening NXT. Welcome back, Richard. I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm okay with it. What is the surprise? Are you surprised? I mean, a match is
no,
a match.
Because you're like you said, we're still going to put an emphasis on the tag team division here. It's a nice little bit of a showcase to an extent for Eddie Thorpe as well. He gets in the qualifiers and everything, and NXT is still finding its footing a little bit with now on the CW. Now it's got this new division, like new vision, and I think they've been solid throughout. And it's going to progress throughout this. Like main events got to be. What do you think the main event is?
It could be Zaria tonight. Could be. It could actually be the North American title.
No, it's got to be Ridge and Chase. Christ, what am I talking about? I forgot about that. I literally, that's why I asked you the question because I forgot.
Yeah. I need to see Waller, Woods, Montez, Ciampa, and Frazer versus Theory, Kofi, Angelo, Gargano, and Axiom. It needs, and I want it. That's a very specific request.
No, because I get it and it makes sense of it's the potential heel tag partner turning on the potential babyface partner.
As they do keep showing tag teams that are watching, Dances with Wolves is here. That he is.
Oh, you put some respect on Eddie Thorpe's name.
No,
he's DJ with Wolves.
Yeah, he out in the fucking woods turning,
He's EDM Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah. Nathan and Axiom need an official tag name. Fraxium.
The one or Not Man and Robin.
Not Man and Robin.
Yeah.
Face versus face. Got Eddie for the win. Eddie Thorpe for the win. Right now, 60% of the chat is taking Nathan.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I mean, never see Eddie.
Well, but do you have to have somebody that's going to be the big heavy, I guess, in that deadline match. And so far, you've got Wesley and Javon. You've got your springy flippy guys. Oh, this double crossbody spot at the center of the ring.
They show the balcony in OTM.
No one's there.
Look at this. We're going to get tag team turmoil all over again?
But no, I think you nailed it as we go to commercial break. But I think you absolutely nailed it of saying that the tag teams, it's just going to turn into all fucking warfare here. But now, could they inadvertently get Frazer the DQ win if we're going to go that way? But yeah.
That'd be interesting. I think they distract them enough that Eddie gets the win. They put Eddie into maybe Eddie can do something. Eddie's not a bad wrestler. We were pretty excited when they signed him. He just hasn't done much.
I think Eddie's great. I think they haven't used him. When they let go of Dijak, Eddie's whole thing kind of also fell off a bit.
Dissipated, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nick and Paulie D look like twins.
Oh, beat that beat up.
Randy,
Jim Laundry, my guy, 100%.
Right. Tony, Seth Rollins was Cody BS. The bloodline, it will be stupid for Seth to join Roman. Now it's got to be someone we don't expect to make the pop. I don't think it's stupid if it's Seth, and I actually believe that Seth, there's a lack of connective tissue other than Heyman if you go the Punk route, right? Like, if you go Punk, you're only relying on the fact that Heyman's the connector. With Seth, there's a history with just about everybody involved. So, I mean, I don't think Seth is stupid, especially with Bronson being on the other team.
100% to me, it makes perfect sense for Seth to be there because the whole team of OG Bloodline doesn't trust itself. And Bloodline 2.0 looks like a unified front. So it makes perfect sense of why you almost would expect them to win, even knowing the star power, but on the other side, because they all can't trust each other. They all can't get along. And that's going to make the best story with this.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that, man. I mean, I don't know. I have no issue with Seth. I mean, Bronson and Seth have a rivalry. So if Bronson's going to join one side, why would someone else be the counter? It does to me. The writing's on the wall, unless they take him out, which I'm all for.
I think it's just everyone wants to spark the Punk Seth storyline,
right? And we'll get there. We'll get there. We got Rumble. We got stuff. We got things. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? How you doing? We got a Saturday main event coming up. Andre Chase made a post on social media asking the crowd to rally around him and wear their Chase gear tonight. That's probably true.
Buy your Chase U merch now on WWE Shop, eBay, what have you, wherever you get it. Buy your Wrestling for Life merch on our merch shop and everything. The link in the descriptions and everything like that. Right. Yes, buy your Chase U shit now because it's going to be vintage after tonight. It's going to be a throwback.
Andre got that one. I am so happy AEW will not be live on Christmas night. Well, I mean, again, they can be live, but what's the point? Your ratings suck as it is. I mean, don't do it.
Two viewers, Tony Khan and Shad Khan.
LA Meltzer will be watching. You know,
so 3. They got a rating of 3. The fucking demo is popped in the 50 and over fucking demographic.
Yeah, you can't go up against Santa. Don't be ridiculous. What do you think of the women's war game match? I think we touched on this last night. Do you want to kind of give your 2 cents?
To say it briefly, it's a war games match, so they can say that there's a women's war games match.
Fact. And again, I can't justify it. I can't defend it. My only saving grace is the match should be a hell of a fun time.
Sure, star two gout for Frazer on. Hell of a match, though.
Yeah. Hell of a standing shooting star. Welcome to Buffer Night Raw, Jan 6th. Could be. We'll find out.
And it's not Bruce or Michael.
Michael. Oh, Frazer him on the gonads.
Right. No, Braun Strowman, I don't think so. I don't think he'll be he's been out for a minute, actually, now that I think about it.
Somebody said he was on the show after the taping on Friday. Oh, more people. TV on Hype here with Miles Bourne. I
remember names. Frazer with Eddy Thorpe with their shoulders screwed back. I said words. 2, 3, 2.
Yeah.
Dos amigos.
A hell of a match. Fun match. Absolutely. Nice start to this one. Chase and Holland main event, absolutely. I don't like the idea that Seth joining the bloodline. It's got to be someone. I think we got that one. And I don't know why people would have a problem with it. Bronson just joined. Seth is the counter to Bronson.
Right.
We got to fight.
All the tag teams are fighting each other on the outside here. We've got the Galluses. We've got, the Hatfields, the McCoys. Everybody's out here fighting.
Oh, Frazer into the group.
Fun time, man. Frank in the audience. That broke me as we've got all Hellfire and Brimstone breaking out here. So I think, again, my guy, you nailed it, of the tag team division, all hell will break loose at Deadline here.
Absolutely.
Step up in Zaguri. Oh, Frazer with a corkscrew neckbreaker. Going up top. Brother Fluff with a $5 super chat saying, how come Tank Ledger looks more like Taz than Hook does?
Right?
Nathan Frazer wins.
He got it? Wow.
He hits the corkscrew and somersault flip-de-doo razzmatazz for the 1, 2, 3 as the tag teams brawling take over the ring, and he's hightailing it out of court here now. This now is the counter to what you even said of now you've hamstrung your tag division to where there will be no tag title match at Deadline because half your tag team title holders are in a singles title feud.
Well, I mean, again, I think this is a good chance for them to continue. Now, this is 2 weeks in a row, so maybe we have something at Deadline to build an actual contender for those titles. They need to build up the tag team division. I'm okay with what's happening.
Fair enough. You got like a fatal 4-way qualifier, title eliminators, which have yous. Oh, we're getting the final statements of Chase U. I understand the risk I'm taking.
Again. What I saw last night on Raw was so different than what was there last week. I can tell you guys, there are things they had into the. All right, buddy, welcome back.
Right.
I can still believe he's gone. Mike Rome is wearing a green suit as a tribute to his friend.
Now, what does Safet say? Well, shout out Don.
Jason David Frank 2 years later.
Oh, Green Ranger. Dun, 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 dun.
Crazy that happened 2 years ago. That's what's crazy.
Time flies. They're showing the replay, the whole vintage throwback video package for Chase U.
Right.
I feel like that segment they showed where he had long hair, they just put a wig on him and said, film this, and we'll put a filter over it.
Right. Yeah, it always is, MDB. There's it's a high spot special. I just thought maybe Eddy would get a chance. It's funny that he lost.
Well, you normally, in even like a Money in the Bank ladder match or any sort of multi-person stipulation match, you get one person that's kind of the lightning rod that every flip D bounces off of.
Right.
This is the first time we're seeing a lot of these people in Chase U. They're freshmen getting, showing up day one and realizing the school is about to close.
I will become the #1 contender. Everyone applauds, even the extras.
I feel like though the Chase U on the line thing is the only way that it makes Andre Chase believable to win that match. Because beyond that, we clearly set up Ridge versus Trick.
Right now, if he loses, they disband and we say goodbye. Which I mean, I don't know if I'll cry a river or not.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the lakes and the rivers that you're used to.
Right. We move on to the next bit of action right away, folks. Oh,
her name was Lola.
No,
God damn it. It's the other wagon. Jaida Parker. Miss Parker. How you doing, Miss Parker? I'm sorry, Miss Parker. But yes, we're getting Jaida Parker taking on Stephanie Vaquer right now.
This should be fun.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
this is the brackets are a little loaded here. We got Jaida Parker versus Stephanie Vaquer. and meanwhile, we've got Zaria Zoltan taking on Wren Sinclair. Like, can't Jaida get like at least not someone that's just new and getting a strong push right out the gate?
Right.
As I'm in commercial break. Yes. Tanisha, KJ, Big Nick, do you think Chase U are going to the main roster? Thoughts, please. I think they are going to the graveyard much faster than they are the main roster. I'll say that.
I don't foresee them jumping to the main roster. I don't know what they would do. What do you do?
What? I'll ask you. I'll ask the chat. Anybody that wants to throw it out there. What? Like, I can at least see with, Christ, why am I blanking on their name? Thea Hale there. Spastic Squirrel. Right there. There's their gimmick that you can go with. She's just Brinley Reece. Now, instead of Brinley Reece being the knockoff of Thea Hale, she's the knockoff of Brinley Reece. But Andre Chase, like, his whole gimmicks, Chase U. Like, what do you do beyond that? Like, I don't want to forsake someone for future endeavor, but I mean, if a toe tag's ever been placed on somebody, I don't know if it's ever been done so prominently.
Well, my thought a little bit is like, could they see any value in having, like, when he does the stomps and the crowd chants along with the chase and spells it out, could they see that translating to the main roster? They love that shit on the main roster.
Yeah, that worked so well for Ty Dillinger. With the tangs and everything, the chants, yeah.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Zoltan, yes. Maddie, Mr. Vitamins, 100%. Yes, dude, where's my car? Lady B, shout out. Let me know. Florida track number 2 through Nickoff. Yeah, well, they had like the GTA kind of, moons over Miami kind of intro and everything. So I halfway thought it could have been, Low the Vice, but I forget that OTM and Out the Mud and Jaida Park and all that. So they use the GTA 5 San Andreas type of shit too.
Yeah. And again, we haven't seen them a whole lot. So, I mean, you can understand why it kind of got overlooked.
Right. Hashtag save the spastic squirrels. Yes. Well, and again, to me, that's why I think we've talked about it. Of Duke Hudson seems like the obvious choice to probably kind of turn heel, turn his back on Chase U, side with a Ridge Holland. They work as even a tag team that we saw,
I'd be okay with that.
very much mentioned earlier and all that. Yeah.
I just don't. Again, I mean, this whole story thing with Chase has been hard to predict. When we thought they were done, they weren't done. They sold calendars, and we're back. Like, it's crazy shit.
Yeah, who would have thought that they sold TV 14 calendars and managed to that saved a university,
right?
I'm just gonna be mad we can't make any more, and I think you really put everyone onto it of the South Harmon Institute of Technology jokes. We can't make any more of those,
right? That's all this is,
right? Ask me about my Chase.
Ask me about my chaser.
Don't ask Bill Cosby about that. What? Propunzo, let down your comments of, bruv, it's been a while. How's everyone's fantasy team doing?
Oh, I didn't mean to click.
No, that's fine. I'm in the playoffs. You're fighting for the playoffs right now because
Imagine.
Well, you can't say that and then double down and say it again. And it's so funny because you're fighting for your life in the playoffs in the football pool, but when it comes to hockey, this man 6-0, 7-0. He's the Kansas City Chiefs of the hockey pool.
I don't know, man. My team's on fire with.
Yeah. I don't know, Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why I have Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins and everything like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna be thrilled. If I can squeeze into the playoffs without making any funky trades, I'm going to be very proud of it.
Yeah. Well, the trade deadline's passed, so you can't do no trades.
That's perfect. I couldn't wait for trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
Our OGs, Maddie, Mr. Marijuana, welcome. Delete.
Oh, yeah, OG, triple OG, as we're getting a Julia promo right now, a video package.
What was she talking about? Her journey to America.
Well, and her connection with Stephanie, too.
They're going to make good enemies soon.
Oh, that 100% of, again, NXT still, they've always managed to come out with a loaded chamber, to where that, they have talent that you're expecting to jump to the main roster, but they managed to find the right time to move them up while they've also developed talent in the backhand. Like, we've got Roxanne right there. Once she moves up, you've got Julia, Stephanie, Delta, Zaria, Zoltan, all of that. That's your whole new women's division. That's the big 3 of your women's division.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, we have names like Parker and Jackson and other ones that we've seen come alive that we weren't really anticipating them. Now they have a stake to the claim of being at the top of the mountain. It's really interesting times. Plus,
Last Legend, 100%.
Sorry?
No, I just threw out Last Legend just because I wanted to.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
I will see you soon. Stephanie Vaquer. Oh, we got Kalani backstage with Stevie Turner and Robert Stone. I just kicked Stone. Did you see that whole segment that Roxanne did?
Can Stevie Turner wrestle? I'm all for pushing this lady. Let's go.
No, bigger question is, do I want to? Ava can wrestle. Do you want to see it?
Well, she can't wrestle. That's the difference. I'm wondering if Stevie can.
No, she can get in the ring. She can bell, ding, ding. 1, 2, 3. She can do the things.
She tried. It wasn't pretty.
Because I got Stephanie Vaquer coming out. Speaking of pretty, pause.
With a great entrance, too.
NXT has just become like Hunter's like metal haven right now of like, how can I fit the most metal onto a show?
Jaida, you're good, but you're in my way. I hear Ovechkin is injured. Yeah, that's what they got the snipers out for fucking Ovi not getting that record. The untouchable record. One of the untouchable ones.
Let's go, Ovi. Ovi's always
I want to see him beat it. Oh, yeah. I want to see him beat it. I like records getting broken. So, I mean, it might take one season past this one. We'll see.
Ovi does he have one more season past this one in him?
I think so.
Ovi or Crosby?
Oh, overall Crosby.
Oh.
Crosby.
I thought I liked you.
Crosby was an overall better hockey player, had more accomplishments. Ovi is a great goal scorer. That's about it. You know,
that's what I want. That's what he's a great home run hitter. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, all
right. I don't give a shit if they can catch the ball. Can they smash it?
Just hit it. Can you hit it?
No, that's the main difference. So I love Ovi just because he bucked the system. Like hockey's very like prim and proper. Like there's it happens, but they kind of stick to the script. And they don't deviate. They're like the WWE of sports, where they just say what they have to say. Where Ovi and a few other guys were a little more flashy and flamboyant. It's a lot more fun.
Ovi's Connor minus the Colombian marching powder of like he managed to become a fucking star and didn't lose his fucking mind because in Russia hockey skates you.
Yeah, he'll go back to Russia and play in the KHL for another 5 years, and they'll pay him ridiculous money to do it.
He's Yager. He's Russian Yager instead of Czech Yager. By the way, we do have Jaida Parker versus Stephanie Vaquer going on. If you'd like to give us your predictions.
Yeah, get your predictions in. 88% of the chat taking Stephanie as expected. Right. Down to 79. That happened quick.
MDB, I hate this comparable of Ovechkin as Carmelo Anthony. Crosby is more like LeBron James. Yes and no. You put the ball in the basket. You put the puck in the net. That's the whole fucking objective is to score.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Carmelo's not bad. Maybe more like a Kerr. You give him the ball, he's putting it in, but you know, that's what he's known for.
Did you say Ovechkin? You took him from Anthony to Kerr?
I don't know, man.
As a Syracuse fan, I can't allow that. We're gonna move on past that.
Right? I don't know.
Lord, Miss Parker, as right now she's in control of Stephanie.
Yeah, back on point. 77%. When I close that up.
Right. But so I think we're both taking Stephanie, even though I would love for Miss Parker to win here. Does Jaida win a lot like we thought it was clear cut? Eddy was winning and Nathan Frazer wins.
How do I sign up for that move? I'll take that move.
Well, you've got to do about probably 5 to 10 years on the independent scene. Then you've got to get to a WWE ID program. Then probably at this point you've got to be
I'll happily
at a certain age. Yeah.
What up, Gilly?
Maddie's saying we need a BWO invasion in NXT. No.
I don't think we ever needed a BWO invasion.
We've had one. It's called the Booty World Order. But I'm in commercial break. I don't know about you, sir.
Yeah, definitely in commercial break, folks, as we roll on. Don't forget, back all week long. Tomorrow's the go-home show for Full Gear. We're here for Full Gear this weekend. We're also here for Bloodsport 12. MVP taking on Josh Barnett, and so much more. It's going to be a fun one.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and it's interesting of how now, like
Brown
WWE's had that little how now brown cow, but yes, of how WWE's had that kind of influence into Bloodsport. Meanwhile, you know, you've got MVP could be main eventing it versus Josh Barnett, but like last year we were watching it, we had Shayna show up and everything like that. Like there's still that meeting of the wrestling world seems to happen at Bloodsport a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be honest, I'm intrigued about watching Karmen Petrovic take on Sumi Sakai. That should be fun.
Yo, we don't need to know your browser history. I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, right. Shafir taking on Jody Threat. That should be fun. Miles Bourne's going to be there. Ironically, Miles Bourne, buddy, is going to take on Royce Isaac. Charles Dempsey versus Akira should be fun. Li Ying Lee taking on Masha, MVP Josh Barnett. But yeah, Dempsey versus Akira should be a pretty fun one.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and Gilly even said, yeah, you fellows are doing GCW awesome. We did GCW for a hot minute and everything, and then it just became they're running shows all the times at all the odd times and everything. So yeah.
A lot of Friday shows from GCW. And listen, I thought we were one of the only ones that were kind of like felt it was oversaturated. And but apparently, like there's been internal issues as well with that. Of like you're just it doesn't feel as special when you're doing 3 shows a week. It just doesn't.
Hey, folks, just so you might know, we're the fucking barometer of wrestling. In case you couldn't figure that out by now, 100%. When we're watching more wrestling than anybody else out there does it. Where other wrestling streamers are mentioning us and saying how much wrestling we cover and everything like that. Just saying. So that's the thing is that's why, like we said this a while ago. I hadn't heard that that's been an internal discussion. I know that there's been a lot of like maybe they need to pause for the cause and everything a little bit now. But yeah, Brett Lauderdale. I saw him have a tweet about issues and everything. But when we're watching this, we can see down the tracks and everything.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's a little bit of Icarus, Nick. Like, I mean, I feel like they were the little engine that could, but all of a sudden they caught momentum and they came out of the pandemic strong. We were big fans. We watched you and I feel like watched the evolution of this company. And then all of a sudden it was like show. You couldn't connect dots. You didn't know who, like, you're just throwing people in for the sake of throwing them in.
It seems like it seems similar to another 3-lettered company that ends in a W that we really saw boom off during 2020. And then maybe you flew too close to the sun there, Icarus.
Could be. I'm curious to see what GCW does, but yeah, I mean, again, I even think if you're demanding athletes to, bring that a hardcore flair, it might have been a lot easier when it was twice a month, once a month, 3 times a week. That's a lot of abuse.
Yeah, I mean, shit, my shit's still bleeding as I'm coming to the ring and everything. The staples aren't even in yet.
Yeah. If I can get released from the hospital, I'll be there, Brett.
Right. I don't know how many staples. There's too many staples to have and still compete.
Right. As Jaida in control right now. I mean, Jada's come a long way real quick, my guy.
What do we call this move? The floss? Because she just had Stephanie McCoy's arms and just like, if you've ever gotten out of the shower and with a towel, I ain't going to describe the move, but you know what move I'm talking about.
Yeah, we all know the move. I can't wait for Bloodsport more than Full Gear. It's elite. Is that illegal? No, that doesn't. I mean, again, we'll see. I was looking at the Full Gear card today because I was setting some things up and doing some homework, but I was like, they got a busy week coming up ahead because Tony likes to add shit. It feels like we're due for adding.
I want to know how many people in the front row are going to be eating Costco cookies at 0 hour during the fucking AJ Boom match.
I have no idea. Like I've never seen anything with AJ Boom until he came to this situation.
This is their Snooki moment. This is their Snooki moment to it. Like, in all due respect, everything I've heard of AJ's actually an independent wrestler, knows, like, tries to be respectful and everything, but I don't give a fuck outside of a meme. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh.
Stephanie basically saying
good night.
Yo, she's selling to this move now.
And it's kind of hard not to when you got that much momentum.
All right. Now switch.
Right.
You do her.
Change places.
Now, Keith.
Like I said, you said earlier, how do you sign up for that move? I'm asking how I sign up for that one.
But again,
is that an extracurricular I can take?
And the crowd starts chanting. I love this. Literally, the crowd instantly starts chanting, "This is awesome." Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. It's a really, really good match, though.
It is good, but again,
there's bonuses.
Enhance.
Oh, with the lock.
One.
Oh, Stephanie up and over.
Two go.
Oh, two count.
Full Gear is kind of quiet right now in regards to hype. Yeah, we'll see how tomorrow night how the go home show is. Yeah,
we'll maybe talk a little bit during the commercial about the hype for Full Gear, but we will be here on Thursday night to give you all the previews and all.
Lola.
Lola, is that a brick?
Distraction.
She got a brick.
I don't hate it. Super kick. I just kicked Jaida.
Hooks.
Small package over 3. I don't mind it because it wasn't super clean because she got distracted because of Lola. So I'm all right with it.
Man, look, like I said, the cup runneth over in the NXT women's division. Like, we're talking about all these names, and all of a sudden Lola comes out. We haven't even mentioned Lola.
Right?
Yeah, I guess Jaida and Lola are not done with each other. Look. Oh, Parker's going to kill it.
A book. A brickety.
Well, you got to figure Lola was like the hot buns on the show, and then New Bun showed up and took that step. I mean, let's be real.
We had cinnamon rolls, and then we made a new batch.
I'm still hopeful AEW can turn it around. They have the talent, the roster. We are too. In leadership, they have the money to turn it around. Hopefully, the network will wake TK up. Yeah, I mean, again, I completely agree with that, Gilly. We're all cheering them on. We were angry sometimes, but we're cheering them on.
What the fuck? What in... All right, I'm going to just say it because it's Oregon State and they're the Beavers. But what in the Beaver is this bullshit and everything?
Yeah,
you can know why is it in this match and we're having a team mascot of the Beaver in this match? I'll let you connect the dots. We're all adults here.
Oh no, wait, we got Tony D.
There we go. Well, we got the D with the Beaver. Pause. What the fuck did I just say? But no, I don't. I'm at least glad that AEW's trying to figure their shit out internally and not trying to like fight back anymore. Like from what I've heard and everything of pretty much they just needed to get to the new TV deal. And then they're like, we're just going to do us. We're not trying to compete anymore. We got across the line. We're good. And that's where they need to stay because I think that's at least they're going to find an identity. Whatever that identity is remains to be seen. They at least need to exist in the ecosystem. I'm never going to, unless I start to really think that, unless they prove me otherwise, that they're the number 2, that they're the 1A. Like,
well, again,
they're not on that level. Yeah.
They got a lot of growing to do. They got a lot of stretching. And again, we've said it for a long time. Just do what you do best. Now, the only problem is they're in this really interesting time. Like even setting up graphics and visuals, it's just WWE everywhere. Like it is WWE heavy, but we'll see what they can do. They got lots of talent. And again, Tony Khan usually does pretty good at the pay-per-views because that's the part where it doesn't require him, right? It's just getting the ring and work. And usually, yeah, we might get some fuckery because the boss doesn't know what he's doing, but the matches will carry. Like, you know, Will Ospreay is going to give us a banger of a match, I hope. I mean, it's the side stuff we don't know if it's going to carry.
Right. And I think this is funny real quick. Let's get some Paisan hands in the chat for Nick in the chat. Well, we've got Tony DeVito now, too, as the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. So 100% the Paisans are taking over here. But I like Gilly's been the one that we've sat there we've had the open discussion with again, because we'll still have the open discussion with the chat with us and everything. We don't always agree on shit. But he's been the AW heavy guy and saying, yeah, Big Nick, the coasting ain't going to work anymore if the product doesn't change. Do you really think that they need to like hard pivot, hard reset, like WCW, New Blood, Millionaires Club type of shit?
Not really. I mean, again, I think internally, if you have a come to Jesus moment and then you start, okay, what if right now, if you put everybody on your roster and mark down what they're involved in, what is their storyline, that's point A. Point B is 6 months from now. How are we going to get there? And what are we going to map out to get there? I mean, it doesn't have to be so abrupt, but there has to be something. Like even Moxley running around saying like, I'm changing this company and I'm making it. But what? Who? Beating up Evil Uno isn't your actions and your words don't match, so we don't care.
Well, and is it so funny how like storyboarding might be the best thing when it comes to booking and wrestling of like having a starting point and an end point and how do we fucking get there versus just we'll figure it out.
Yeah, because we saw that late this year with like, we had 3 number 1 contenders and then 2, Pac gets bumped off his pay-per-view because oops, that doesn't make sense. Darby loses his number 1 contendership. They're not really kind of going from A to B to C. It's like, all right, today's Wednesday. What are we going to do? And then he's come up with a solution without any of the peripheral. And I think that's what's biting him in the ass. And it doesn't matter what the fans say. And I know there's a few diehard fans that would watch Jon Moxley take a poop in the middle of the ring on a weekly basis. But realistically,
doesn't he do that as a promo? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, well, depends who you ask. But on a weekly basis, if you're not doing things consistent, 50-50 booking isn't working, you need heroes, you need villains, you need compelling shit. And when they get good, like, I mean, Paige burning down that house. I know the critics out there, but that was cool shit. We were into it. Do more cool shit, but make it make sense. Stop having, like, why is Roddy fighting MJF?
Have they, this is the paradigm question and everything. And I think you might paradigm shift while I ask this question, but has it become that they've asked, that they've gone through all of these, like they've burned through stories and now they've got to pivot and shift to that. And they've run off the fans that are into the stories. Yeah. And they've only left the fans that I don't care, give me wrestling. And then when they don't get the wrestling, now you've pissed off those fans. So now you're stuck in this middle ground of like, I've run off the people who like this and I need to bring them back. But what I'm going to do pisses off the fan base that I have.
Well, if you're going to be the pure wrestling company, then you got to stop doing these bad promos. Just give us matches instead of bad promos. Right. Like, pick what side of the ledger you're on. If you are going to be sports entertainment, if you're going to be pro wrestling, because I hate the term sports entertainment, that's a Vinceism, as we got Roxy coming out of break. But I think ultimately, Nick, they just, again, just be consistent. Build on your guys. And again, don't have everybody fucking with everybody else. Make it clear. Look what they've done with Drew McIntyre Punk. We got 8 months, 7 months, whatever the fuck it was, out of Punk and Drew, right? That's how you don't, like, when you say, are you burning through it? Yeah, you burn through it when Ricochet fights Ospreay, Fletcher, Commander, Vikingo all in 1 month. But if they have a 7-month rivalry between Ospreay and Ricochet, now we haven't even begun to see the other matches he's going to be in. So it's about putting it together properly.
Well, we're right. Well, speaking of putting things together properly, we just had Soruka pop up and tease a match with Roxanne here as Brooks Jensen nost Malone. Why is he coming out to like generic rock track number 5? Why can't he come out to I say congratulations?
This is like every racing game in the 80s had this song.
Daytona 5.
Right? What was it? Road Rash and
yes, Road Rage.
Rad Racer. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go play.
Cage's got to go and find his racing sim and everything like that. 100% as I'm in the Paisan portal here, so 100%. Let me know who you're taking for this match, whether you're taking Tony D'Angelo or Brooks Jensen. And really, it's so interesting to me that right now Brooks Jensen has been the most of the two, like, come out of his tag team. Has he become a little bit of the Otis of, he might not be great, but at least he's there. And Tony working him over here. Tony for the win. I like how now it's just the Paisan fingers and everything. If that's how you don't even gonna say Tony, just the Paisans for the win. It's too much Jack Perry. Yeah, he's like he's the evolved form of Jack Perry. So like, you have Charmander, Charizard, or Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard. And there we go. Christ, you're testing me on my Pokemon knowledge, even though I did it myself. But yeah. So Brooks Jensen's like the mid-level Jack Perry. He's like what Jack Perry evolves to. Gilly, I like their mob guy. Bro, you can't even sit there and act like you don't know his name. I've said it like half a dozen times. So you can't sit there and say, I like his mob guy. I like their mob guy. You know his name, but I digress. But will that gimmick work on the main roster? He's going to need goons to pull it off. Bro, are you not watching Tony? Yeah, say his name. Tony D'Angelo. There you go, Gilly. 100%. You know it. Tony D'Angelo. You know his name. And he's got the whole family with him. He's got Crucifino. He's got Stacks. All of that. Christ. Karrion Kross is somehow making Fatal Influence work on the main roster. So 100%, I think as like a mid-tier guy, a mid-card guy, an under guy, Tony can work. I still think there's more growth. There's more, stuff to build on when we've got Ty Dillinger, Sean Spears, and we've got Brooks Jensen. I'm still waiting to see if we're going to get Briggs back. Briggs has been out for a hot minute. What's going on with him? But, yeah, it works. And Tony, never disrespect, the mafioso, the godfather of NXT again. Well, if I said his name 10 times, you at least heard me say it once or twice. Say his name and he appears. Could we get a Joe Hen? Well, who's more likely to show up in NXT sooner? Joe Hendry or Josh Alexander out there now saying and announcing he's not taking any more independent bookings as he's about to be a free agent and February. But Tony dumps Jensen on the outside, but sells the knee again. Got caught up springing back on the ropes and selling the knee. Brooks Jensen got that John Cena patch. Yeah, he got an island in the middle of that. That's why he's Nos Malone, because he's posting up there in the center there. I think Brooks and Jensen and Fallon would have worked in that one time they teamed with Hank Tank, aka Hank and Tank. It could have worked. Yeah, there was something there. They were there for a hot minute and they kind of code breaker. Two go. But yeah, there was something there at one point, and I like Fallon's come out the best out of all three of them splitting and everything. Although I do stupid sexy Rhea pin from Tony on a Jensen as I was about to give Jensen praise of saying, I kind of dig it. This has a wee bit Abyss and Dr. Stevie feel. Shout out Stevie Richards. But yeah, this has the potential for, like, I still really liked when Jensen was doing the whole social media thing and was out there teasing and losing his mind and just showing up and disrupting shows to where they sat there and, they cut off the feed because he was taking over. They try and sit there and not, pay attention to it as Ty goes for the handshake, but Jensen chop blocks the knee. Like, all right. So yeah, it's official like a referee whistle. Sean Spears, Ty Dillinger, and Jensen are NXT for a hot minute because what the so we're getting the buildup of the Beavers versus the Cougars. So what in the college football? I know I am the football guy and everything, and I know they're both Pac-10 teams and everything. Are they playing this week? Did they play this last week? I haven't paid full attention to the schedule. Brooks scalp wins by submission. There you go. Yeah, so we've got Petrovic and Adonis out here representing, Washington State with the Cougars. Meanwhile, we had, Brinley, Reece, and God help me, I can't remember his name right now, coming out representing the Oregon State Beavers. As Brinley Reece is kind of just doing Blonde Bailey gimmick. I feel like that's her gimmick right now. Yes, Tony D wins. Washington State puppies. No, see, buddy, you're not Jerry the King. Calm down. U of H Cougars, baby. Well, Chris is shouting out the University of Houston. There you go. I'm a Notre Dame guy through and through. I mean, Christ, it's my initials. But we are on a commercial break, so I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Wednesday Night Dynamite, the go-home show for Full Gear. You're going to see Tony brings the boom and all that, or AJ, all that, and 100% setting up for Full Gear. Then Thursday, we've got our Full Gear predictions. Me, Sweet Tony Rings, and KJ will be here giving our full predictions to the whole card of, Full Gear, which I'm sure between Thursday and Saturday, Tony will still manage to somehow add like 3 matches. And then Friday night SmackDown, 100% are we going to get an official, like a referee whistle of Seth Rollins becomes part of the Team Shield line? Do we get a way that Roman can contact Heyman? How are we figuring this out? And then again, Saturday, Full Gear. Sunday, we're here for Bloodsport. 100% of absolutely be a friend, tell a friend, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. And we're ever so close to 6K. I think we're probably at this point within 20, 30, 10, 30, 40, 35, 47. Chris, what up? Brendan Reece reminds me of Dana Brooke. Ash Pilot, little bit. She, again, I think at this point, she's like just the hell but better. She's how for a good while Santos was doing Andrade better than Andrade was a little bit. Gilly's saying, so if Tony D'Angelo gets called up, they'll have to bring up all his goons with him. That gimmick needs presence. They'll need to be a Tony Montana, but WWE doesn't bring up a bunch of guys in a faction. Gilly, do you hear yourself before you say things? Because in the extent of bring up a bunch of guys all at once, I'll give you that. But I mean, building factions. I mean, my guy, right now, we're literally about to have Bloodline, OG Bloodline, the Shield line versus Bloodline 2.0. That's all that really what everyone's paying attention to for Survivor Series. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that WWE doesn't exactly do factions well. John saying Dion Lennox is lost in the shuffle. He needs more time in the ring. Thank you for letting me know his name, but he's still one of those. He just showed up. What was it during the pretender? They had, remember when we had Tar Bear Hill was his name there? He looked like in Ivar. Just he was supposed to be, Choctaw instead of in Viking and everything like that. But yeah, Tree Bear Hill or whatever his name was. But we had that. That's when about Dion showed up. So give it some time. A lot of these are still like Brinley Reece has been there for a minute. And keep it a buck. We're just now starting to remember her name. So let's be honest here. They've got time to develop, and that's why it's still developmental. And so, yes, on CW football, that's why they're hyping up Washington State versus Oregon State, because that's about to be the highlight, get night, every night delight when it comes to college football this weekend. As I've got Lexus King. He looks like the roadie that's waiting to fucking step up and replace Axl Rose on stage at any given time. Yeah, Lexus King talking to himself backstage right now, folks. The great Dame Izzy Dame is nowhere to be found. Yeah. Yoshi Inamura is who they're going to do Lexus King and a Tajiri shit. Oh, Briggs! Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Whoa, that didn't fit well.
I'm the devil. I'll take it. But we got
all the tag teams fighting backstage of
Yoshi's here.
Yoshi Tatsu?
Yoshiki.
I thought they were about to do. They're about to do a fucking Tajiri William Regal type shit. That's what I was. Right. I thought they were going to do it with Lexus King because he paired up with Regal, but now they're going to do it with Briggs.
I laughed. I was like, but here comes Adrian Adonis. Or Ashantee Adonis.
Yeah, so what do you make of this, Captain Canada? We've got the Washington State Cougars unofficially taking on the Oregon State Beavers vicariously through this match.
Yeah, don't care.
It's like the one time they do a show in Canada and all of a sudden everyone's a Maple Leafs or a Canadians fan type of shit.
Right? Yoshiki.
Yeah, so Karmen Petrovic and Ashantee the Adonis taking on. I gotta scroll up to John C's comment. Thank you. Dion Lennox. I still can't remember his name. And the NXT has that issue of like new faces all the time. But
yeah.
Dion Lennox and Brinley Reece taking on Ashantee the Adonis and Karmen Petrovic. Who you got?
I'll go Karmen and Adonis.
I'll take Brinley. Well, I think she's actually, granted, she's Caucasian woman on a black couch, and I'll leave it at that. But I think that she's very much established herself a little bit. Like we talked about it of how Escobar was doing Andrade better than Andrade. Brinley Reece is doing Thea Hale better than Thea Hale.
I wouldn't say better because I haven't seen much from her. And what I have seen has been whatever, more than just,
Fair enough.
Director's cut. But I don't know. I don't much care for Reece right now. Who's Reece's partner?
I have to keep going to John C's comment because I can't remember his name. Dion Lennox. Well, no, because they had the whole impact, like whatever challenge. Remember when we had Tree Bear Hill that lasted all of like a round, and he looked like, Mohawk. He looked like Navajo Malone and everything. He looked like one of the Viking Raiders just trying to play native.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Oh, that was Dion Lennox. That's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Am I the only one that Brinley Reese's attire, like she came out like with the very 90s, like arcadey, like if you had to create a 90s wrestler on 2K24, that's the old time, like that's the default generic shit that they imploded into it. But like her attire looks like what you saw in like every like paper cup in like the 90s.
Suzanne Summers, the Fly Master. Suzanne
Fair
Summers.
enough. You go with that, yeah. But I'm saying that specifically, like kind of teal, blue, and purple. That was like just when you see that, you instantly come back to like 90s.
Physical.
I'm gonna get physical right now if I can find the thing. There we go.
That'd be a waste. Ooh, Lennox almost hit Karmen. Folks, Nick taking a pause for the cause. We're rolling on though. Right now we got a mixed tag as Adonis trying to get the better of Dion Lennox. What is the chat saying? 54%. Oh, we're split down the middle, 50-50. If anybody was wondering, Yoshiki Anamuri is a Japanese pro wrestler, by the way. They'd been talked about them signing him and bringing him into NXT, and it seems like it is now happening. Good show. It's been fun. It's been fun, Eric. And I will say the matches up until this one I've been kind of into. So, and I like what they're doing with the tag teams. I mean, again, I think that we're getting some good stuff as we're off and running. I feel like Brinley has thickened up. Oh, front flip clothesline, I think. Handstand clothesline. I don't know what you call that. Reversal. Yeah, absolutely. Jane Fonda. Paul showing his age. I like it. Jane was a classic. As Brinley slaps Adonis, Karmen gets the kick, and KJ gets the win. Let's go. So, Karmen gets the pin. Good choice, AB. Definitely. Yeah, right. Am I crazy? Kind of lame ending. Distraction ending. Lame situation. Lame match. Lame ending. Richard, it all checks out. Consistency is king on this one. Uh-oh. Are they getting romantic? Where's this going? Denise Austin for the win. There you go. Solid mixed tag. It was okay. It was so-so. As we are in the back with Ridge and Sarah Schwerberber. Brinley is very Susan Powder. Stop the insanity. She, is very interesting. What will you like to see in AEW do differently to have successful shows week to week? What's the start? Tony, great question. I love this question. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be talking more about it. It's the same thing. I think there's two major things that need to change in AEW. One, the stories and the angles that you run have to make sense. They have to. And I think the biggest thing that AEW needs to do different is pay attention to your fan base, pay attention to the audience, and push the right people. Telling us you have all this talent, that's great. But if we got to watch Mercedes and whoever instead of a Diana, a Taya, a Thunder Rosa, if we have to watch guys like Ricky Stark sit at home instead of a Jericho, that ultimately is you have to assess your talent and use the talent. I think Dynamite would be a much better show if they were using better people. They have them there, but Ricochet feels like a mid-card guy. Mortos gets pushed and gets love. A guy like Mark Briscoe, the fans love cheering for Mark Briscoe, but they take his title away and give it to Jerablo. Like, that is the issue. My biggest issue with AEW is I know who's good. I mean, the House of Black. all but buried. And now I know they're getting a little bit of action leading into Full Gear. I don't think they're going to win, though. And then they'll go right back to the back burner. That's been the problem. My biggest problem is you're pushing Danny Garcia, Sammy Guevara, Sasha Banks, Jericho, Hook. These are people, even the main event for Full Gear. Moxley, Orange Cassidy isn't going to make people buy more shit, buy more tickets, pay attention more, buy more pay-per-views. You have really good talent in your company. Use the talent that is over. Use the talent properly. Like if you got a guy like Swerve and all the crowd jumps up and starts swerving, play into that. Dig into that. Stop minimizing your good talent and maximizing your weak talent. That's my issue. The show has no main focus all over the place. This one, NXT, it is what it is. Wren Sinclair being fed to 100%, Chris. She is dog food. No offense to the girl. Wren's shown some spunk, if you will. But yeah, I mean, let's be real. At the end of the day, yeah, she's just being straight out fed to Zaria. Let's go Wren with the upset. Not likely. There's chaos in WWE NXT tonight again. Yes, there is. Great answer. I just wanted your thoughts. I'm on the same page. Again, and Tony, I love the questions and I love having the open dialogue about the companies. There's little things I would do in each one, but I mean, AEW has a lot of talent. It's just I never get to watch the talent I'm a big fan of. The guys that I love are either doing jobs or they're irrelevant. If you do something, make it count. Like if you're going to bring Moxley in and make him the savior of AEW and he's going to run over the company, run over the company. Don't beat up Top Flight. I mean, you can beat them up. You can beat up the Dark Order, but who's the savior? What trouble are you really causing? If you're going to try and be the NWO, you got to come in like Holland Nash and fuck some people up. Period. So that's all. Push the right people and stop. Like Tony books with his heart, not his head. What matches do you think you will get at WrestleMania this year? Listen, 316, we're so far away. It would just be pure speculation. Again, I think we're going to get Rock Roman. I could be wrong. Could Punk finally get his main event spot this year? Maybe. But, I mean, we won't know until at least heading into Rumble a little more of what could happen. Is Gunther going to be the champion at Mania? What's Cody going to do? Is John Cena going to fight somebody? Will it be Cena and Randy? Would it be Cena and Cody? Well, I don't know. Zaria for the win. Yeah, I guess if that's the next match, I'll throw it up in there for you guys. But a very interesting one here, as nobody, I think, is betting against Zaria on this one. As now we are getting a little preview package for Deadline for the Iron Survivor. And I know the concept's a little funky. But at the end of the day, guys, I really think they've done a good job. I think the last couple have been kind of fun. I mean, again, when you only have that 25-minute window and then you throw in penalties, it's tough. But down, boy. We'll see. The Briscoe loss was the dumbest thing ever. Breaks my heart because I think there's a perfect example. If Mark Briscoe was pushed, if you gave Mark Briscoe the TV time that you give to Jericho or you give to other people, Mark Briscoe would, like, the fans love Briscoe. And I'm not saying Briscoe has to be world champion, but if he was chasing down like a heel champion, the fans would be so into it. Like, Mark Briscoe could create kind of a yes movement of excitement behind him because people love him so much. And he's a good wrestler. He's an entertaining promo. And if you watch Dynamite as much as I do, like, you think of the WWE and how many wrestlers, we got Yeet, we got the sing-alongs. There's none of that in AEW anymore. There's no audience interaction. So to pay money to go to the building, what do you get? You can watch the shows on TV, but you want that audience moment. You want to feel the crowd, and you don't really get that at AEW anymore. Judas was the only sing-along. It's gone. But who interacts with the audience on a regular basis? Nobody. But here comes Zaria. TK got to give up the booking. Simple as, yeah, I mean, on the grand scheme of thing, ignoring that, it would be my answer. But Tony Khan stepping back would save everybody. But I think the problem now is, C-Money, too many people in the company have creative control. So if you bring in Scott D'Amore, if you brought in a writer or another person, and they were head of booking, well, you're fucked, because Mercedes doesn't want to do it. Moxley has free reign to do whatever he wants. The Bucks get to call the shots. Kenny Omega said out loud, the company doesn't need me right now. I'm going to go to Japan. What? Wow. Yeah, even the Righteous team. Righteous is so good. Is underused, and they could have bangers with FTR and House. The Righteous are so good. And if you catch the Righteous on Ring of Honor, like the snapping, Vincent's got the crowd going. The whole crowd will go with them. You need that shit. Like if you have Vincent in a match on Dynamite and the crowd's quiet, he hits a move, pops up and starts doing the snap, and you get the whole crowd kind of with them. Now the audience is awake, right? How much should we talk about the crowd? I don't care about the crowd size, but they're sitting on their hands. But we are off and running here. 94%, 89%. Who's taking Zaria to lose and why? Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, no, by all means, folks, let me know what you think. Oh, Zaria in control already, as expected. This match is going to be over as soon as it starts. Up she goes. The one-arm suplex. Kick out, kick out. Zaria for destruction to chase. No, they haven't had the match yet, Vance. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's true. How many times have we seen Powerhouse Hobbs this year or Miro? Yeah. I mean, and again, I lean on it a lot because to me it's a glaring example. But even FTR isn't what they used to be, right? Like FTR was arguably the best tag team in the world. Now I don't get excited when I see FTR at all. Rigo told Charlie to shave that shit off his face. Smart man has both women up and over. I would like to source, hi guys, as crowd participation. It makes my stomach turn. That's participation. For AEW has put their world title on the wrong guy. Moxley and Daniel are just not carrying the team. You got to have the star the people want to see. Here, I'll give you the perfect example. Is this match carrying on? Wren giving a little bit of a battle, more than I expected. But out here, I'll put it this way. And actually, I'll wait for our champion to come back in.
Oh, hi, guys. I had to now have to. Thanks, guys.
Right? But my perfect example, Will Ospreay. You signed him. He's your biggest deal. The fans love him. And he's been nothing but in the mid-card since they got him. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
What's their main card?
What's that?
What's their main card? They don't have a main card. Their mid and main collide together.
Well, yeah. And I mean, again, and another example to me is Willow. Willow has to hand that.
Yeah.
Right. So now Willow is MIA because she had to hand the belt to Sasha for no reason. And Sasha sucks. And Willow's doing nothing, but Willow draws an audience. Willow,
Yeah, but I've heard she might have a injury, might be a contusion for the bruising and everything.
right? But to me, Willow would sell a fucking truckload of merch for WWE. She's hugger.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But Will Ospreay should be pushed to the top of the mountain. He should feel like a superstar. Ricochet, you sign Ricochet, you bring him in, you make him feel like a superstar. You don't have him get beat up by Mortos.
But it's not a mountain anymore. It's a molehill.
It really is. Oh, Zaria's got her up. F5.
You want to know who I thought, especially with the one-arm suplex and everything, who I instantly thought that they're setting up Zaria for? Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. When that contract's up, I think she's all but good as in WWE. And I think that's going to be your big test, your big allow me to reintroduce myself. That's the big starter feud is Zaria, Jordan Grace.
Right. Fun 6-minute sprint. Zaria is good. Yeah, it was a good showcase for Zaria. And again, it definitely 100% feel they already kind of teased it a little. Zaria, Jordan Grace, take my money.
Right. Zaria is Lesnar spear F5 highlights out. Yeah.
So we got 3 of 5 now. And again, Stephanie, Stoll, and Zaria. That's going to be fun.
I'm more excited for the women's deadline match than I am the women's Survivor Series match.
Really?
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Sure. I don't agree.
You don't agree? You don't agree? Explain.
I mean, I think the women, again, I don't like how they got here, and I don't like that they shoehorned it in for gender equality. But I think the match is going to be great because you got Rhea, you got Io, you got fucking Bianca, Jade, you got all these names in this match that I think when you get down to the nitty-gritty and you ignore the storytelling, it's going to be fun.
So you're excited because War Games, which, by the way, can we just Fatal Influence is just PMS just in NXT of they're just pretty mean sisters. Like it's Ivory, Jacqueline, all of that. Yeah.
It's toxic. It's toxic attraction 2.0.
The taste of your lips away.
Have you guys talked about your favorite wrestler journalist? Yeah, well, we talked about it last week. We haven't talked about it tonight, Todd. I know a lot of podcasters covered this. I can sum it up real quick. Fuck Dave Meltzer.
I can sum it up not as quick, but yeah, of my blood pressure is boiling with that. But there's a reason we have merch and everything that literally exemplifies what the man just said there. Absolutely. So 100% of I almost feel like we at this point need to can switch it to Dutch GoFundMe. But yes, 100%. We have Meltzer merch out there that is very much letting our feelings known about the greatest parasite in pro wrestling. And it's all building money and funds to the Center for Meltzers who can't read or speak or type good. Because how can you be a journalist and you fuck up every form of media? You can't speak good, you can't write good, you can't talk good, you can't do nothing.
No, I mean, again, if you are a non-biased reporter, then you don't spend 80% of your time on social media defending one company. You let people have their opinions. You don't come to running to the raid. Well, I'll have you know, get the fuck out of here. And what he did when it came to Dutch, even Dutch himself, who, from what I hear, and I could be wrong, you can let me know, but Dutch is back home. He's doing a little better. And Dutch himself said, I would love to smack the shit out of this asshole. And he should. I wish we could watch it. I'd pay to watch Dutch shake the shit out of Dave Meltzer.
Will that get more ratings than Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson?
No.
Is Dutch Mantel versus Dave Meltzer in a who will bitch slap who fight? But no, it's one of those of I'm waiting for the Conan piece at this point now because Conan's had his health issues and everything. Thankfully, again, we've chatted with Conan too as well. Hopefully he's doing all right and everything of he's had his own battles. But it's like to sit there and weaponize someone's illness and someone else's struggle to get over a company, like that's just dirty work. Like we do content creation, we talk wrestling, we're wrestling fans, all of that. But at the end of the day, like that's just some dirty work as a human being of like to sit there and weaponize somebody's misfortune to prop up a fucking company. Like how much is AW stamped on your soul, my guy? Of you're gonna do some dirty work shit like that.
Again, if he wants to put on the little skirt and the crop top and get out the pom-poms and cheer for Tony Khan, he can do that. But stop pretending you're not doing that. We see
you. Merch is gonna be on sale after tonight,
right? Like we see you, motherfucker, and that's what bothers me is when you. And that's where I got mad at Jericho, and Dax, where you insult my intelligence. And we talked about it recently with Ricochet. You gotta stop and just go about business. They spend
not
so
feeding the trolls.
Yeah, like again, and they're like, well, AEW gets picked on. No, AEW is that whiny, snivelly little shit disturber that picks the fight and then cries when you smack the shit out of them. Where you're the one sitting there going, oh, I didn't mean to, but I was really mad.
Yeah, as Tony D'Angelo getting the knee looked at backstage is with Ava. Oh, she took notes with the navel. We haven't had any naval attire recently. They've covered it up lately. But yeah,
think about it.
I'd take Ava Rain in a match versus Dave Meltzer, honestly. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's fucking dirty work. It's a bullshit fucking take. It's a low upon lows of you can have whatever and feel certain ways about what have yous and everything, but to sit there and pivot of fucking someone trying to make the best that they can. Go ahead.
Sorry, I've been Eddy getting mad at you. Interesting. Sorry, I got distracted by Eddy, but you're right, 100%.
Eddy's short.
I'm telling you, they do. You guys want proof that we get listened to by people? There's no belly button on Ava for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, it's not us being in the WrestleMania documentary or anything like that. No, it's not none of that. It's the fact that there's no navel. That's the fucking flag mark there.
If you had to choose one, Triple H takes over, but AEW never exists, or AEW exists and Vince is still running in WWE. Oh, I'm going for the first one.
Yeah, if I had to pick, that's the lesser of two evils. That's the lesser of two evils. But AEW still needs to. AEW, that's the biggest thing of we always constantly like catch skin fire of like, oh, you guys just hate AEW. No, I want them to be much more, the sustainable part of the ecosystem than they have the potential to be versus what they are.
Sorry, I didn't hear about half of what you said since they started.
Fair enough. Fallon was talking, so I didn't even hear my own voice. So we can have that. That's the people's navel, KJ.
I know that's hilarious.
Instead of the people's eyebrow, the people's navel. We're coming up with some own like selective merch we need to have. Like, do we need a people's navel shirt? Do we need a knee pad police shirt right now?
Oh, we got company.
Right. Metaphor.
Hold up. Yeah, Jericho needs to fuck off. The Meta Girls. There you go. Meta Girls.
A Meta Girl. She said she was a 4. She's at least a
Oh, wait a minute. So now it's 3-on-3. I want to support Nikita Lyons. I really do. I don't know.
You're about to take every word out of my mouth. Yeah, like I want to like you, but I don't like you.
Don't talk. Be a heel, maybe. Oh, we got women brawling now. What the fuck is going on? We need a new manager on this show.
No, you remember when AW used to do this shit and everything, and you would have whole divisions out there just brawling and everything like that. And oh my God, I guess we gotta figure it out.
Who's gonna take out Fallon? There she is. Take him, Paxley.
No, you don't know if someone just walks up and just like hooks your arm.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know what she calls that move, but holy shit. Let's go. Paxley against Fallon. I'm in. Izzy Dame
said is it weird Nikita Lyons is the thing I like least about all that?
When she kind of gives me Monet vibes. When she starts talking, it sounds like she's acting. Like it sounds like bad acting. Like she's not good on the mic.
No.
Yes, I'm holding out because I want to support this lady. I really do. She might need to be a heel and she might need a manager.
I feel like Nikita, that boat might not stay afloat a little bit here with all of this. She just hasn't been good. Like we've bought into the hype. We believe the hype. Like if she wasn't thick, are we feeling away?
Oh, Karmen starts, warming up to Adonis, and then Nikita walks by and says, "You didn't answer my text." So,
yes, it's ladies' night.
Yeah. So the soap opera that is Adonis continues.
How do you even feel about that? Of like, I wasn't expecting Petrovic to start to try and warm up to Ashantee.
I'm getting an ad for Royal Rumble. I love it. Yeah, I don't get the whole Adonis thing because what's the payoff? Like, well, where do we go with this? Is he going to have a match against Karmen?
Choppy PP.
I don't think we're allowed anymore.
Netflix. Yes, we were getting an advertisement for the Royal Rumble, which John Cena will be at, potentially, most likely in. Yes.
I think you need somebody to throw John Cena out. You can't let him win that fucking Rumble.
And his name is Roman Reigns.
I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Randy, Roman. I don't care if it's Solo, Hornswoggle, Ellsworth, anybody. Throw him out. Do not let him win.
He can't win. He can't break Flair's record.
Well, Randy could technically throw him out and set up Randy versus Cena at Mania.
Are you doing Randy versus Cena at Mania? Or are you doing Randy versus Cody?
I don't know because it's Cena's last Mania. I think if sentimentally, is Randy not one of the best fits for who they are? Like Cena, Randy.
Yeah, well, that's your Dwayne Raw, like Austin. You think you're special?
Yeah.
You do. I can see it. Yeah.
Paxley needs some gold. I like Paxley, and that move is wonky, but it's cool looking when she hits it. I like Paxley. I'm okay with it.
It's crazy to think that, again, Tatum Paxley was initially the one written off when the Diamond Mine split, bifurcated, all of that and everything. And Ivy Nile was the one that was going to get the push. And right now, Tatum Paxley is the one that's more over than a good chunk of the women's roster.
Interesting. They like her. They pop when she shows up. I think NXT.
Everyone likes a good spooky goth chick, especially in the fall.
Unless they're nappy, then Nick says no.
What? Yeah, unless they need a. She came out and fought with a fucking pillow, my guy. Like she fell into that.
A fucking sweet pillow. Anyway,
sweet car bed. I sleep in a car bed. I sleep in bed with my wife.
Right. TNA talent involved. Where are they at? I think ebbs and flows, Anthony. I think they'll be back, but I don't know. I mean, this isn't. I mean, NXT's been chaos tonight. Not in a bad way, but not in a great way.
I don't think it's been bad. I think has been waiting for Black Friday now. They just advertised that Black Friday football of the Chiefs versus Raiders. But
yeah,
no, I think
football people don't go out and kill each other.
yeah, watch the football and do things to each other. Pause. But yeah, no, I think it's still, I've liked NXT of, I think it's had that chaotic tone, but it hasn't dipped its toe too far into it. It's one of those, a little dabble do you.
Mm-hmm. Nikita ruined his chance, her chance, whose chance?
Her chance.
Oh, Adonis. Yeah, I gotcha.
Jensen Carter, all of that.
Yo, MDB, great minds think alike. That's what I feel about Nikita right now. She feels like she's like an after school special. No, Timmy, don't do the drugs. Like, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound real.
But that's been her thing. Like, I'm gonna say this respectfully, if Nikita wasn't Thakita, is she even close to where she's at? Like, that's the thing, is she's not super great in ring. She's looked very slow and very sloppy in ring. She hasn't sounded great on the mic. She's been injury prone. Like, if there wasn't a thing buzz, whatever the fuck,
yeah,
that with her, then is she where she's at?
Yeah. The chat kills me, bro. What is the payoff for Adonis? He smashes. The payoff is a tax return. Cha-ching. Let's go.
Right. Well, trust me, you missed it on the Sunday, to where I had to clarify that I'm more H&R Block instead of, TurboTax and everything.
Nikita Lyons.
If you know, you know. If you don't, you know.
If you get it, you get it, which is perfect.
Right.
Have Joe Hendry throw him out. If Tatum loses to Fallon, do you see her called up? I don't know, Richard. I mean, again, there's so much going on. I do think that NXT is holding on to their talent a little bit.
I will caveat anyone that says anything as far as someone getting called up, of you have to realize when they get called up, that doesn't mean they jump to the main event type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, they could get called up and they'll end up in what the fuck. Like, Kalani Jordan got drafted to Monday Night Raw and is MIA. So what do you say?
Right. Randy is a legend killer. He has to put Cena to sleep. I like it. Spaz, Punk wins the Rumble and fights Cody at Mania. Hashtag FTK, Punk wins the Rumble and fights Cody at Mania. FTK, Punk. All right. So he's on a glitch, but yes. Right. I don't know. If I could see Punk winning the Rumble and fighting a Gunther or a Seth. I don't know if Cody lines up.
Yeah, it's right now the title picture going into Mania is so hard to predict, because especially right now, you don't even know who's going to have the title going into Mania. I know in some aspect, one way or another, we're going to get Punk Seth. I hope, I feel it's how we get there. As Frazer
actually, I'm going to fight Ethan Page next week.
What? You're in it now too?
Oh, yeah. So Ego says he's going to be qualifying next week, and Axiom, lets Nathan know I will be his opponent next week. So Axiom isn't going to beat Ego, and it's going to cause more issues between these two.
Well, and again, they still sell it of, you're waiting for him to be like, wow, that is, and then he's like, that is so great. That is so awesome that you're going to be in there. You're setting up the little bit of a tease, but we're not there yet.
Oh, we'll have to face each other. My name is Boots and Boots. Cena versus Punk, maybe.
What? I can't even come back from that. I'm gonna just move along. Jose is saying, KJ, sup, man? You ready for that contract signing on Dynamite between Jericho and Ishii?
Nick, this covers exactly what I said when I don't know what you heard when you were on your break, but to me, Jericho versus Ishii, not only the match, but then to do a contract signing, you are wasting TV time that you could be giving to good talent. But instead, this is to me the biggest problem is the wrong people being pushed, the wrong people getting TV time.
Oh, Kalani versus Julia next week. But yeah,
Ooh.
So for tomorrow, outside of, I guess, probably Hurt Syndicate will appear. We've had advertised of a contract signing between Chris Jericho and Ishii. We've had AJ Boom, Chocolate Chunk, Double Chunk, and Costco guys going to show up. And then we've got the All-Star versus Monstar tag team match.
Darby versus Claudio.
Was what now?
Darby versus Claudio.
Oh.
Orange versus Wheeler. And big news. Big news. Are you ready? Big news.
I'm strapped in.
Alanis Jr., Mascara Dorado will be in action. That's the fucking problem with AEW.
Oh, the CMLL returns.
Yeah, they all got their passports figured out, apparently. My visa works now. Let me in.
Well, we've got the Chase U that might need a visa issue.
I like the bloopers.
I'm just throwing a basketball at you. You can get it, and you can get it, and you can get it too.
The beep, like the Chase U certificate, like the stamp over the mouth.
Can I want to be like? Can I buy an honorary Chase U certificate? I want to be on stream and say I am a graduate of Chase University,
right?
Because after tonight, this university will cease to be. As we're in the main event, so we're going to get Andre Chase versus Ridge Holland, and again.
Main event.
I think the Chase U storyline, be it on the line thing, is the only reason that it makes you kind of question that Andre could win this outside of we've set up. This needs to be Ridge versus Trick.
You know what? I hope they don't do this. I mean, the chicken shit way out of the door here is it ends up being a schmoz and we get a triple threat.
Triple threat.
Therefore, he can lose at deadline and the Chase U lives on. I don't think so. I do think there's a level of intrigue with this, but they got to do something. Your top level men aren't quite as good as your top level women right now.
You can just set me a whole different way now that you mentioned the triple threat and everything of they do that and then they still can sell that Andre Chase might win, but Chase U is still on the line. So that's the whole segue is it's the deadline and you have them all trying to hand in their tests to meet the deadline. That's your whole video package. I
don't like it. Right.
I don't like it, but they might do it.
Jericho should be the Shawn Michaels of AEW behind the scenes developing young talent. Tony, here's the fundamental problem with Chris Jericho and that statement. Chris Jericho cares about nobody but himself. Nobody. Everything he does in the ring and out of the ring is to put himself over. I don't give a fuck what it is. All Jericho cares about himself. And that is the problem with him. You see in all the storylines, it's all about him. He doesn't give a fuck about Action Andrade or MJF or Bounty Hunter Keith. He doesn't give a flying fuck, Nick. He couldn't care less. He hasn't helped any of those fuckers get over.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Dun, 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 dun. He's Sarah Hogan through and through. I'm waiting for whatever candidate is going to be running in like 2028 or whatever. And they can be like, what you going to do, brother, when Y2J runs wild on you? Then someone in 2028 is going to run for office and have Judas as their political anthem.
Oh, Jesus.
As their campaign theme.
Yeah. Sarah Hogan.
Right.
And I don't care what anyone says. Jericho's podcast. I avidly listened to Jericho's podcast. But it's all about Jericho will stop an interview and tell a story about how whatever they just said related to his illustrious career. His ego is what turned me off of one of the greatest Canadian wrestlers of all time.
Oh, so you admit that he's Canadian because you always like to pawn him off on us and everything.
We definitely traded him for Brock Lesnar.
We didn't accept the trade. That trade got vetoed, and you just still acknowledging that trade happened.
I mean, again, last time I checked, one's in Saskatoon and one's in Tampa.
You can have that, but no, yeah, it's crazy to me.
He's gonna open a bar right next to Hogan's.
Just right on Main Street. But yeah, the delusion and the inward focus to me is just insane upon insane to me.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't give a fuck. Oh yeah, they did announce this. They brought Sheeta in, obligatory Sheeta match before a pay-per-view, so she can do a job for the challenger on the way to the pay-per-view.
I wish so much more for Sheeta, justice for Sheeta, because what the fuck, man? Like, she's actually talented, and she's gotten over, and respectfully, she's gotten a little thicker in the waist. And how you doing? But yeah.
Have we not seen Riho on TV because she's not allowed to leave Kenny's side? Is that why we never see Riho?
No, because she hasn't landed. She's still floating like a fucking leaf in the air. She's just waiting to fucking touch ground right now.
Do you want to see the most beautiful thing in the world? In a plastic bag? No, that's Riho on a windy day.
Right. Canyon Arrow.
Oh, fucking hell. 71% of the people are taking Andre Chase.
Chase U, does it live through? I right now, I think, it's going to be one of those of, in the next couple years, I can just submit an email and everything and get a Chase U certificate.
Right. So we can all say that the Shane McMahon are over as the toxic, or the now that it's died. I think this is what they keep doing, and it's a guy like Meltzer that kind of pole vaults it. Is the pro AEW people, Nick, will run a rumor, hoping that the rumor is enough to get more viewers. There might be no truth to it, which we said from day one. There is no truth to Shane McMahon and AEW, right? But they run the rumor because they're hoping the rumor is enough, and it's just the boy who cried wolf. Time and time again, it was like big announcements. Where did the big announcements go? We don't get them as much anymore because we stopped believing them.
Well, we don't want the big announcements. Don't ask for those back. We don't want those. But it feels a little bit of like, if I run it up enough the flagpole, I can hope that maybe the flag reigns true. But yeah.
Jericho got traded to the U.S.
Why is Ridge Holland doing the fucking Ricky Bobby of I don't know what to do with my hands? Like, what is this? So just my hands.
Well, and he's, does he have no music?
Punk Sheamus is Ridge Holland, and I don't like it.
I can barely hear his music. Is his entrance music
like it's bad? It's bad. Like, where's Trevor Lee? Can I trade Trevor Lee back for Ridge Holland? Ridge Holland, you can go do a tour on the Indies. Can I get Trevor Lee back? Can I get to the moon?
TK is about to sign another toy for him to speedball Mike Bailey. So the rumor is Bailey is going to make his debut in the Continental Classic. So if he doesn't win or get to the finals, I'm going to be a little disappointed. It's looking like he's ready to do a few laps. Speaking of Ricky Bobby.
Right. NASCAR.
Yeah, Chambers, too many triple threats. And I feel like Trick Williams in particular gets a lot of triple threats. And there's been too many triple threats with Triple H.
Is it interesting that the women's division in NXT is more solidified than the men's? Like, significantly?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, overall, yes. Like, I mean, it's deeper. Like, we just talked about it. Like, we got Fallon in the ring, and you got all these women fighting outside the ring, and Tatum pops up, and we're not like, oh, shit, it's Tatum. We're like, oh, fuck, Tatum. Like, there's so many, like, Lash comes out. Jakara's there. We saw Parker earlier. They're stacked. And
we're still waiting for, like, a Jordan Grace to show up and everything.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, again, right now, your main event picture in the men's side is Trick Williams, Ridge Holland, and Andre Chase. Not the same. No.
Right. One's weak sauce, applesauce. These are not the same. But folks, as I've got Mike Rome doing the introductions right now, 100%. Let out your obituaries, your allegories, all of that for Chase U, because T's and P's, RIPs, I feel this is the end of Chase U. So now we've come to the end of the road.
Now, I think, and I mean, again, if you look at it on paper, Nick, Ridge seems like the more likely opponent if you're going heel, babyface kind of idea.
Oh, yeah.
Chase is babyface on babyface action. Everything feels like it's against Chase tonight. Him winning will blow our mind.
Well, and it would, and like I said, to me, Chase U being on the line is the only reason that makes you believe that Chase U might win it, or Andre Chase might win it. Because, and I say Chase U because that's literally what's riding with Andre Chase. Beyond that, this seems clear cut, clear decided Ridge Holland. If you're gonna do a title match and everything, especially off of NXT 2300 when they went Extreme, you've been setting up Ridge.
Yeah. Well, we're off and running, and listen, the Chase supporters showed up in droves. They have packed into this building tonight. There is red everywhere.
Yeah, but they're all sitting on their fucking hands. So
they're using their mouths then.
Pause. Knee pad police on patrol in different ways.
56%. It was Chase is the nod as far as the fans go, but slightly now.
There you go. Ridge with a 2 count.
Hey, what if Thea Hale? Chambers. I think it's going to be Duke, but what if it's all of them? What if everyone just shits on him?
I hate you.
Sick of your shit.
Right, yeah, no. This is for that F in geometry. This is for that fucking D- in chemistry. No, to me, it's got to be Ridge and Duke. To me, work. Thea, she's salvageable as a women's wrestler. To me, like I said, the biggest scare I have is Andre Chase, because all Andre Chase has got is Chase U.
But he's a good wrestler.
Don't want to say it, but could he be future endeavored if this is?
I don't know. I don't know, because he is a solid wrestler. Comes in with experience. Had really good time on.
As a producer, he becomes the next.
Yeah, maybe he becomes like kind of like a Pete Dunne
trainer.
Yeah, but Thea as a heel doesn't work. If you want Thea Hale to be a heel, she kind of has to go the crazy Nikki route. Still twitchy, but she pulls her hair. That kind of vibe.
Doesn't she do that already? I think she kind of does all the things. She's just twitchy and does all the things.
Ridge pulling up the mat at the side of the ring, folks.
As we've got the live in shot as Duke walks off. Ho, ho, ho. And by the way, who was Mario there with the fucking mullet and mustache in the far right there behind? Like, you don't go here.
Right.
You don't go here.
Big kick and cannonball. Listen to the crowd, bro.
Andre,
like, if we're going out tonight, I'm going out in a blaze of glory.
All right. As I'm in commercial break right now, but yeah, we're going down, baby. No street here.
Could Booker have one more match? I don't know where he's at physically. Do we really want another Booker match? Like a one more time?
Better one last match. Nigel, Booker, or Barrett?
Barrett. I mean, again, it's a little unfair because I saw, like, if you would have asked me 3 months ago, I might say Nigel. But we got the Nigel match and it sucked. So now I don't know. Wade, I'm excited. Like, I feel bad because we didn't get enough Wade. We could have got more Wade.
Yeah, we never waited in the wake. 100%.
He got bad news and stopped wrestling.
Well, yeah, facts. And he got very much swallowed up by Cena. Like, that's still, that goes down as the biggest fumbles, I think, in wrestling history of the Super Cena destroying the Nexus.
Yeah. No, Goldberg's not the same. Nobody wants Goldberg. Ryback can't wrestle. He just pretends he can. He's not coming back. Booker T, I don't know. I don't. Depends.
You
Like,
put some respect on King Booker.
Right. Booker and TNA is underrated for me. I love Booker and TNA.
Oh, Blacks when he's out there with he's Black Snow with getting chat and everything, and he's Booker T with another kick. Booker T with another kick. He's literally commentating his own ass kicking and everything. Right? Was the greatest thing.
Yeah, how insulting! Not only are you whooping my ass, you're commentating through it, you bastard.
That's
but
some of like the peak TNA. Like TNA almost lives in embraces of like it was a little fun wrestling,
right? Yeah, no, it's underrated, I think, a little bit. But folks, we are on a commercial break. I will remind you we are back tomorrow and all week long for all your favorite wrestling. Thursday is our preview for Full Gear. We're here for Full Gear on Saturday. We're here for Blood Sport on Sunday, and then straight through another week of all your favorite shows right into Survivor Series. So we'll get 2 go-home shows next week as well. Then we got Deadline coming. We got Saturday Night Main Event coming. We got all the things coming, Nick. We just come everywhere. Pause
on that. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, so 100%. Because you've done this to me, and I'll do this to you. But everyone knows it's T-shirt time. There we go. See, I did it for the first time halfway successfully.
Yeah. You at least let me finish my speech before you hit the button. That's good.
Yeah, I didn't cut you off.
You got the Jamie Hayter treatment. You know what I'm thinking?
I'm showing up on the pre-show.
Who has a match first? Goldberg or AJ Lee? Ooh.
AJ
Goldberg
Lee.
Closer. You think AJ?
Yeah, well, I don't want to see a Goldberg match, so why would the fuck would I bet on that? And so I'll take AJ Lee. AJ Lee could have a match in the next 20 years, and I'd still like it more than a Goldberg match tomorrow.
Oh, big swinging neck breaker by Andre coming out of a commercial break, folks. And I mean, if our usual timing with NXT is accurate, we still got a good amount of time on the clock for this one.
Yeah, we got a good ceremony. We got a good send-off, a funeral, a burial. We got to put some shit in caskets and everything. We got to end this. Yeah. Well, plus, I bet you get a trick running and everything. So,
not the Jamie Hayter treatment. Yo, fans tried to sell me on, well, they're building between Hayter and Julia. Well, why is Julia having nightmares about herself and not Jamie then? The fuck are you doing?
Yeah, why does Jamie Hayter keep looking like Zoinks? Hey, Scoob, we got some, so she's more jinky than Julia Hart.
I don't mind it, but Hayter's another example of a woman, former champion, came back, and everybody forgot about her. She's in the less than the mid card.
She's Thunder Rosa. She's British Thunder Rosa.
Right. What do you guys think about Hardcore Championship to come back? I don't know that it's confirmed that it's coming back, other than Travis Scott gets to have it.
Yeah, he gets to do the nice theme song and everything. And even the belt he gave him was not the hardcore belt as low blow. Duke pulls the ref out.
The Redeemer, DDT. Hey!
I thought you were about to say you were calling Duke the Redeemer.
No, his finisher is the Redeemer. But Duke
throwing hands on rings right now is what I got.
So is Duke going to save? Is Chase you going to
be
saved?
At this point, he's clearly not going to fucking turn, because I would hate that of like
that would be
I would just hate that in wrestling of like let me kick your ass before I help you.
Snake you.
Oh, through the barricade.
Oh,
It's always that one spot. The
where's
platform.
444? Oh, I just got the wall
crowd
spot.
goes quiet and Ridge is just staring down Thea Hale. Chase Hughes, Andre Chase is going to win this. Oh,
you're ahead.
Miles Bourne, Miles Morales, Chase, whoever the fucking his name is from Chase U out there with the 4-4.
Oh, you took out Thea. Oops. Sorry, Thea.
Right. How my heels taste?
Yo, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Ridge is literally having to fight off all of Chase U. I'm having to fight my way through this school.
You know what? It's making him look strong, though. It's making him look strong a little bit. Look at the press slam. Onto the concrete. Goodbye.
Yeah, but this is when you're going to get a stupid little roll-up.
Yes.
Thea's down. Duke's down. In Bourne, Osborne, you have it. We call it down.
Get him, Ridge. I'm with you, MDB. Andre Chase about to get... Look, turn around, Ridge. You know where your opponent is.
We're about to get that. We're going to get this Chase U stop, like you said. If that's going to be the closing shot, he's going to stop a mud hole and pat it down with the diploma dry.
So the ref isn't mad that one...
We're getting stuff.
Oh, Russian leg sweep. So I think you're still ahead. A little bit.
I got the end.
Look, the crowd loves it. H-A-S-E-2. Ridge kicks out. No!
1, 2, go.
The crowd is super into this. They pulled me into this match.
This is the end of Justin Long and South Harmon Institute of Technology. 100%. We gotta know. This is Animal House. We gotta know if the fraternity survives.
Oh, Andre slides out.
How about 1, 2, go.
Chase looking good. This is a hell of a match. I'm with you, MDB. But yeah, I mean, this match turned out highly entertaining. And
the crowd make me want to shout, put my heels back and shout, throw my hands up and shout. Hey, hey, hey.
Crossbody, roll through. Oh, shit. This is over. The Redeemer.
1, 2, 3.
And it's over. Goodbye, Chase U.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Folks, I want everyone to know that your payments for tuition, your student loans are non-refundable. So 100% thank you for enrolling in Chase U. The university will be shutting down, but thank you. Bye.
I'm still shocked that Duke didn't turn. Now that they're disbanded, so he doesn't have to turn. Who gives a fuck? I am shocked that the death of Chase U wasn't because of a turn. I'm shocked.
It felt like it was all set up to whether it continued, whether it went out, whether the lights went out in Georgia. It felt like it was going to go out with a roar instead it went out with a whimper.
I mean, that was a hell of a match, and the crowd was right into it. I will give them
that.
Yeah,
but the finish was
the finish was good.
After all the after all the run-ins, after all of that, of all the hype and everything, and then you still have 5 minutes after.
Yeah, I think
you built to a finish and then you let it run on too long.
If you followed that crescendo, it went right and the crowd was right with them.
The post credits stayed too long.
I don't think so at all. I really think they did a good job of making us think that Ridge was actually going to lose. Chase U was going to win because Ridge was outnumbered.
This is I'll agree to disagree with you with this, but the whole all of this right now, the way they're ending this of Chase U, just Andre Chase just in the corner, just looking at Duke and feel like, I failed you. You had fans in the crowd consoling each other.
Yeah, some people are crying.
That's
the end
just,
of
that alone, like just
with the I'm kind of sad, Damien. I'm sorry. I was over it.
well, and then instantly MDB, nah. Hey, goodbye.
MDB's got to get out of my head. It's crazy. Some people are crying. All right, folks, get your ratings in out of 10. How did you feel about the show? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? We're going to hang around for a few more minutes and break this one down. But let us know as we're kicking this one off with an 8 out of 10 from Eric. Not a bad score. Chase, don't gamble, kids. Yeah, no shit. 8 out of 10.
He gambled and still managed to survive.
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, he had to use a calendar to do it.
That was the decline of Chase U. Excuse me.
It kind of was. Rest in peace. Daniel saying 8 out of 10. So, I mean, so far, 7.5 out of 10. The highest I'll go. The mixed tag brought down the show. I didn't love that mixed tag match. I don't like the whole storyline. I don't get it.
Whatever happened to Bo Burnham? Was he figment of the internet's imagination? Welcome to the internet. Have a look around.
That's perfect. Ridge is the next NXT champ, baby. So will be Ridge taking on our buddy Trick Williams for his title at Deadline. 7 out of 10. We'll never forget.
I could see Ridge win.
Ridge could win. They're building Ridge up. And that's the one thing they accomplished, I thought, really well tonight. On top of that was Ridge was outnumbered, but Ridge looked pretty strong. So
was tonight kind of like the Thanos snap of like in the most medium of modicum, like buffering ways of everything, in the sense of that you like everyone was cheering for Chase U. We got the hype. Let's go. And then holy shit, the bad guy still wins. And so everything that we liked goes away. So there's no more Chase U. Andre Chase is out there looking disheveled I think he hails like Mr. Chase. I don't feel so good and everything is Ridge kind of becoming the Thanos of NXT.
Yeah, maybe I see how you're, in that regard, in a sense, yeah, he's kind of, maybe he doesn't have the ability to snap his fingers, but he's definitely that strong villain.
Well, no, that's why he keeps looking at his hands. He's like, if I snap these motherfuckers, someone's neck might snap.
If I ever figure out this snapping,
if you step on a crack, your mother's back will snap and everything.
9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7.8, 9, 6.5. John, welcome back. Have you seen the AEW Women's Cup nonsense? What? No?
No, Katniss Everdeen. No, I have not.
Send me a DM on X. I have no idea. I wasn't really feeling tonight's episode. I don't know, maybe a 6.5 out of 10. Fair enough. Jaida versus Stephanie Vaquer was match of the night for sure, for a lot of reasons. I will agree with 7.5. I'm in on 7.5. I like 7.5 tonight. I thought there was a lot of good stuff. The tag team is in turmoil. The women are all fighting with each other, but there was good matches. Like the mixed tag match wasn't great. I thought the main event was fun as shit. It hooked me right in because the whole crowd was into it.
Oh yeah, it definitely hooks you. Like I'm debating between a 7 and a 7.5 of damn if this is the in fact the end of Chase U. Do you agree with the decision? Yes. I've been the staunch supporter of Chase U. I've been still hoping for my admissions letter, like in Harry Potter and Hogwarts and everything with that,
right?
Versus you, but yeah, it's kind of ran its course. It's been an RM thing. I think even brought it up earlier or mentioned of like Nikita Lyons and Chase U are the last remnants, the last beacons of 2.0. So those pillars have fallen. So I think this is the dawning of a new age here, and it needed to happen. So I'm not mad at it.
The question becomes, like, again, I'll be curious to see as Chase U, on like, does he show up next week as just Andre Chase with a new attitude, with a new approach? Like, what is next? That's for the first time in a long time. I give a shit about Chase U. That was a great way to go out. You had all your fans in red there, but now what comes next? And that's what I'm kind of curious.
I think they're going to sell us on the funeral. They're going to sell us on he's going to probably...
Not another funeral, bro.
Well, no, I'm judging, and I'm going to say this, and don't hold me to this, but I'm judging by February, March, where Andre Chase is not there anymore.
I don't know.
I don't want to say it out loud, but I feel like, where do you go from that?
Mm-hmm. Again, like I said, I don't know. Like, I know Andre Chase prior to now, and I know what he brings to the table. I'm just curious if they can utilize it, and will they use it? Will they actually use them? I don't know. That's why I'm curious now.
I think you'll get like the month or so send off, or if that, and then just he'll slowly fade out of existence.
I think one of the things he has going for him, if you watch tonight, is when he is doing that stomp and he had the crowd with him. So if they see him getting that kind of crowd response, they might keep him around to see what they could do with him. I don't know.
You hit him to, like, did you invest in Andre Chase because of Chase U, or did you invest because of Andre?
Because of Chase U. I mean, again, the Chase U thing turned me off. I think Andre Chase has a little more to bring to the table than Chase U as a whole. So we'll see. 8 out of 10. Didn't watch enough to grade the show. At least you're being honest. Chase needs to come back as Harlem Bravado. Yes. Go back. Maybe Ridge will be the NXT champion. We'll set up for Oba Femi. Two big baby. Oh, Oba versus Ridge for the belts.
Well, and that's a thing. Actually, it was the last pause that I took and everything. Somebody kind of mentioned it, or I saw it in the chat, or maybe I just thought it. I don't know. But Oba's been a little MIA in everything.
Right.
So what if he shows up, deadline, what have yous, all of that? Like he's putting someone through that little cage, that Shark Tank.
Well, and again, I think this is a good thing that the WWE does. Is he had a strong run as North American champion. He lost the belt. He goes quiet for a little bit. Now, remember, they had people watching Raw waiting for Oba. Oba's coming tonight. Well, that was a month ago. Oops. 7 out of 10. I do wonder what happened to the 4 members of Chase U. Do they? Yeah, again, that will be the very, like, I'm worried about Thea more than I'm worried about Andre.
Well, to me, Andre's a lost cause. Like Thea, you can pivot easier if you're Thea, I think, than Andre. Andre's his little name. He was the founder of the university. His last name is Chase U.
Yeah, but Andre Chase, as a wrestler outside of Chase, you can go on. He's got a great amount of talent. Like, he's a really good wrestler. Does he come back angry? Does he come back bitter? Is he depressed? Is it that kind of thing? I don't know. But the idea that, he's just a write-off now because there's no Chase U, that doesn't compute for me.
Yeah, but to me, I don't see any long-term with him to an extent. Like, I don't see Andre Chase doesn't build himself up to be U.S. title holder.
Why not? I think he's got a better shot of it now that he's not with Chase U. Chase U was holding him back.
Better than Thea Hale? So you would bet right now that you think Andre Chase has, come the end of 2025, Andre Chase has a better career than Thea Hale?
7 Thea Hales in the back already. Brinley Reece is a better Thea Hale. You said that tonight, not me.
Fair.
So, but Andre Chase, like, not being part of the stupid gimmick, but being Andre Chase the man, might have more legs to it than a Thea Hale.
We'll wait and see. I agree to disagree. We could go another 2 hours, I feel, on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, at the end of the day, it's interesting. We're actually talking about them again. It's embarrassing NXT was way better.
Isn't it sad that it took them ending for us to freaking talk about them?
Well, I mean, again, I was consistently like, "Oh, Chase U's here. Pause. See you later, Nick." I didn't like it. So that's where I'm hoping, like Duke, even Duke. I think Duke's got a bright future. Him being a Chase U hurt him, in my opinion. So Chase U dying, I think, actually helps these athletes.
Well, but that's why I thought he would have turned and everything, because to me,
Angry squirrel.
if I'm looking at this is a car crash, of this, or the wheels are falling off and everything, of this is the end of the road, Duke's the most salvageable and everything. So to me, I'm surprised they put him heavy into the babyface section with this versus he turned and everything. Like, not only did he show up, he showed up and was laying the in hands and everything.
Yeah. Unbroken. Does Duke start gambling again? Please no.
He gambled with Chase. He's like, I the luck is shit.
Right. Andre Chase, next champion, sign me up. We'll see. Jaida versus Steph was match of the night, 100%. I agree with that. Even in defeat, Jaida looked hella strong throughout the match and got more. Jada's a star, man. Like, hold on. Like, this lady is set, and you got a whole stack of women that you can say that about that. But that match is great. And Stephanie, now you see the difference between her just doing her moves, and then, like, now as she's got there a couple of weeks, now she's gonna sell to the crowd. Hey, I'm about to do that move, y'all. Like, hold on tight. Zoom in. Let's go. Like,
yeah, well, it's crazy. Stephanie and Julia have both, like, acclimated. They've taken the shit like fucking, fish to water and everything. There's salmon swimming upstream. Yes. Hello, Miss Parker. That's all I had to say. But yes. Now NXT at this point, respectfully, is women's wrestling for the week. If we're gonna watch the best women's wrestling, we're watching NXT, because we've even talked about it. Of the men's division now has gotten a little weak sauce, applesauce, a little simmer saute. Meanwhile, we've got depth upon depth of. We're arguing about how Nikita Lyons ain't having it, and she's a fucking B to C to D plus player right now.
Yeah, quickly, we won't spend much time on this. I'll save some of this for tomorrow. So it's been announced there will be a tournament, so to speak, the International Women's Cup 4-way. The final will be at Wrestle Dynasty. So 4 women from Ring of Honor will have a fatal 4-way. 4 women from AEW will have a fatal 4-way. 4 women from CMLL will have a fatal 4-way. 4 women from Stardom will have a fatal 4-way. The winners of those respective 4-ways will have a 4-way to decide who the international woman is.
What in the fucking Owen Hart tournament shit was that you just said? Like, I'm sorry, but like, how many fucking inaugural tournaments and bullshit this and that and everything can have?
Yeah.
Is this the fucking HOA of wrestling, or is this an actual promotion?
Yeah.
Like, is this the homeowners association of, no, you're not a fucking indie wrestling fan if you don't like this and everything, versus instead of, we're actually going to put on some fucking wrestling.
Again, and why is people getting more hyped? Why are we getting more hype and more booking for Dynasty than we are for fucking Full Gear and World's End? I mean, even Kenny said, I'm going to Dynasty. Fuck AEW. It's interesting. But with all that being said, I'm going to give the show tonight. Well, we already kind of said. I don't know if you were very much different than what I had.
I don't know. Like how I guess I Freudian slipped and even caught myself.
Right? Yeah, no. I'm not allowed to repeat it, but it made me laugh.
Fair enough. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Fatal 4-ways on 4-ways on 4-ways. Well,
what in the fucking Pornhub search history was that shit?
Well, this 2-way is going to say goodnight for tonight.
Metaphor.
But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend. We are this close to 6K subscribers. We want to keep this ball rolling. We appreciate all the support and the love. Check us out on social. Check us out on Discord. Be a part of the family. Be a part of the fun. And if you know anyone out there that likes wrestling, let them know about the Wrestling for Life Network. We're back all week long, including the Go Home show for Full Gear tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m. Don't miss.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you talking about that wrestling, you better put that for life with it. Sultan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. Good night.